What are the three things young players should be doing if they want to increase their chances to play college basketball?
I would say three things that young players should do is, one, be consistent. Working hard for really hard for an hour once a week isn't going to get you where you want to be. I'd rather have someone work at 85% for 6 days a week for an hour each day than once a week really hard for a long period of time. It's consistency, I would say, is number one. When you get opportunities to play, no matter who you're playing with, work on your craft while you play, right? Whether you're playing with a couple buddies or whether you're playing in an official game, like go as hard as you can and work on what you've been working on during those times. And three, I would say, trust teammates. I think body language and trusting your teammates are really important to improve in your game.
All right, what does being a champion mean to you, and how do you instill that mindset in your players?
Being a champion is something that you do every day. You can't win a championship by just showing up on championship day and expect to win. I think it's a mindset that you have in every day, everything that you do in your sport. You show up for practice, you got to have a championship mindset. You show up to work out, you got to have a championship mindset. You show up to regular season game number 3 that may not matter in the terms of conference seedings. You show up like a champion that day.
How do you define success, and what are the key factors in achieving it?
I think success, obviously, it's easy to measure success in statistics, wins and losses, but I consider success improvement each and every day. If you can improve from the day before, I consider that a success.
What are the essential qualities of a champion? How do you identify them in your players?
Humility is one. We want to have confidence, players that are confident, but we don't want it to carry over off the court. I think how you handle yourself off the court, on the bench, when you're not in the game is really important to me. I also think competitiveness is a skill that you can work on, but it's super important to be able to get yourself over the hump when things are tough.
How do you build a culture of excellence within your team, and what habits do champions possess?
Kind of goes along the same lines of being consistent and trying to be a champion every day, trying to get a little bit better each and every day. Whether that's in practice, whether that's in a workout, an individual workout, whether that's just shooting free throws for 25 minutes. You want to focus on the task at hand and try to get better each and every day.
What role does mental toughness play in becoming a champion, and how do you develop that in your players?
I think you have to go through some up and downs to really see what you're made of and develop mental toughness. Something that I try to tell our players is don't shy away from adversity. When adversity comes, look forward to how you're going to handle that adversity. You want to look back and be proud of the way that you handled yourself when something gets tough, rather than shrugging your shoulders, giving up, not trying to get through it.
So with that being said, in practice, so how do you prepare your teams to perform under pressure and overcome adversity like champions do?
Specifically, we do a lot of, we set a lot of constraints with certain drills. For example, I may only allow, if I want to work on rebounding with one guy or something, I may only allow one guy to go get the rebound, everybody else has to box out. We'll also do a lot of late game situations in practice where we will, we'll have one team down 6 with 2 minutes left, and they have to work to come back and play those last 2 minutes like it's a real game. Just putting, like I said, different constraints on different drills and things that we're working on.
No, definitely. I do that in my training sessions as well. Those type of scenarios, like late game scenarios.
Yep, and it helps. Like a lot of times, I'll say I'm not the best with timeouts. Sometimes I'll take anger timeouts early, and then at the end of the game, we won't have any timeouts. So you're gonna have to learn how to play without huddling up as a group and understanding time and score in situations.
Definitely. What sets apart a champion from a contender, and how do you bridge that gap?
I think mental toughness really sets apart a champion from a contender. You know, I think there's a level of talent and competitiveness that take you there, but you know, I think mental toughness and having a next play, moving forward mentality, you know, can really get you over the hump.
How do you foster a winning mentality and a growth mindset in your players, on and off the court?
Kind of the same thing as we talked before. Taking a little step every single day to try to improve on whatever you want to improve on. I think we try to run our program not just as a basketball program, but as a life program in a sense, where we want to help young men, you know, become adults. You know, 18 to 22, 23, sometimes these days 24-year-olds are planned for us, and we want to help them become adults, and that's just not through basketball. That's through all different aspects. We have a lot of individual meetings, team meetings to talk about a lot of things outside of basketball. So I think that helps with that.
What are the most critical moments in a game or season where champions separate themselves?
I think the easy answer is end of games, and you know, in situations where you really need to dig in and do what you worked on, do what you're supposed to do. But you know, I think taking every possession, every minute of every game, you know, treating it like it's an important situation. You know, minute 3 compared to minute 33 should be treated the same. Certain situations change, but that shouldn't change the mindset of what the players and coaches have in mind.
Now, being a back-to-back champion, coach of the year, how do you ensure that your teams moving forward remains hungry and motivated to continue achieving champion level success?
I think we just got to move on. You know, a big motto we have in our program is next play mentality, and I think a lot of people use that for just the negatives, but we use it for the positives as well. So when things go really well, you know, I encourage celebration and enthusiasm, but we got to move on, right? Got to move on to the next play, the next game. Obviously, when things go bad, I think it's you know, you have to reflect and dig deep and figure out what issues were, but then move on as well. So just being able to move on, whether it's good or bad. You know, you had a really good year, got to move on to the next season. Every season brings different challenges, so can't really dwell on things, good or bad.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. I'm all about stay in the moment. What's next?
Yeah.
Stay in the moment for sure. Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.